Janet.
Hello, Ange.
Janet, love, you missed the class. Are you all right?
Is the class finished then?
Yeah, of course. It's 11 o'clock, girl.
Oh, wow. I didn't realise I'd missed it.
Oh, God.
Yes. It's good
I wondered if the bus was working from your new place.
Yes, it came here, and I thought I had enough time, and I thought I'd come in here and have a coffee, and then I don't know.
Are you all right, love?
I feel a little bit muddled, but I'm all right.
Oh, good, good.
Yes.
How's it going at the new place?
Well, it's very strange. The people there. I mean, I haven't really found anybody that I get on with as well, as well as you. But I'm sure that'll happen in time.
It'll come in time, won't they? You have to get to know people.
I've met this person at the local shop. I like going down to the local shop, and she knows that I like to have my pay for once a week.
Keeping up with the news.
Yes, I have to know what's going on.
Of course you do.
I?
Of course you do. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. And you? How are you?
No, I'm really well.
Yeah.
Really well. So I love the class as always. Keeps me fit,
Yes. What did you do in the class?
We did all that core work, the sort of backward rolls and stuff, rolling like a ball, which I always love, and the hundreds, of course. Always have to do that.
Yeah.
You know what a tyrant she is.
Yes. And I've got my own tyrant. I've got to go to the toilet.
Oh, Janet. Okay, I'll be. Oh, Janet! Are you all right?
I can't get up. I can't move.
No, don't move. You stay there. I'm going to phone the ambulance. Okay. Oh, ambulance, please.
Hello there. Hi. My name's Jack Massingham. I'm a fourth year medical student, and I've been asked by the doctor to come and have a talk with you today. Would that be something you'd be interested in?
Yes.
Lovely, thank you. Before we begin, if I could confirm your name and date of birth?
Janet Smith, and 1st of June 1954.
Okay. And is it okay to call you Janet?
Yes.
Lovely. And how old does that make you, Janet? Help me out with my maths.
68.
68. Lovely. Nice to meet you. And who have we got here?
Oh, I'm Angela Massingham. I'm a friend of Janet's.
Oh, lovely. And can I call you Angela?
You may.
Lovely, thank you. And you're happy for Angela to sit in with us today?
I wanted to stay.
Oh, good.
Please.
Good. Yeah, that's completely fine.
Thank you.
Pleasure to have you. Okay. So I can see here we've got a bit of a problem. Would you mind starting off telling me a bit about what's happened today?
Well, I was speaking to Ange in the Sports Centre cafe across the road at the university, and I got up and I was rushing to the toilet, and I fell to the floor.
Oh.
And as soon as I hit the floor, I knew I'd done something bad, and I wasn't able to get back up again. So I called Ange, and she came over to help.
I called the ambulance because she couldn't move.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's a good job. Good job you were there. I think that's the right thing to do. Was call the ambulance. But bless you, that's quite a traumatic morning you've had then.
Yes, I'm worried because I think I might have dislocated or broken it, because it's really painful when I move it.
Right. Okay. Really painful when you move
Yes.
it. Okay. So you're worried that something serious, relatively serious, has happened.
I think so, because I couldn't get up and I couldn't walk, could I?
Yeah, she couldn't move, couldn't walk, couldn't get up. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So have you ever broken or dislocated your hip before? Was this the first time?
No, this is the first time.
The first time that you think you might have done that.
Yes, it's the first time I think I might have done it. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there anything other than that? Is there anything else that you might be worried about?
Well, I'm a bit worried that I'm not going to be able to do the normal everyday things like going to the shops or going for a walk or walking around my flat.
Or Pilates.
Or Pilates, or going to Pilates to see my friend. We used to be neighbours, but I've had to move into a sheltered accommodation flat, and so we don't see each other as much anymore.
Oh, that's a shame. But you still go to Pilates together, is that right?
Yes, well...
You missed it this morning, didn't you?
Yes, I was a bit muddled. I was meant to go, and then Ange came and found me in the cafe after the class.
You were just sitting there, weren't you?
Yes, and I'm a bit worried that I'm a bit more forgetful than I have been. Yeah.
Okay, Janet, that's definitely something we can have a look into a bit later on, for sure. And was there anything else that you were thinking about? Was there something else you were worried about?
Well, it was a bit embarrassing not being able to get up or walk. And I don't understand why just falling over has caused this, because when I've fallen over before, I haven't broken anything. It's not happened before.
Okay, I think that's a very valid question. You know, why all of a sudden has it happened this time opposed to other times? Yeah.
Because it wasn't a very big fall, was it?
No.
No.
It was quite a crash.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Okay, but again, that's something we can definitely go into. But before we do, I was wondering, you've come into hospital today. What do you think that we could do to help you along?
Well, I was thinking you'd maybe do a scan and find out what was wrong, and if it is broken, then you could fix it.
Okay, yeah, very sensible. Yeah, if something's broke, fix it.
Yes.
Absolutely. So I'm just going to do a quick summary now of everything you've told me. Please do let me know if there's anything that I get wrong or miss out, or anything that you do remember.
Yes, and you'll
I'll
help.
So you were at the Sports Park Cafe earlier today, and you were sitting there, and Angie came and found you after the Pilates class.
Yes. Yeah.
And you said yourself you were feeling a little bit muddled at the time.
Yes. I did feel a bit muddled, and then I got up really quickly because I needed to go to the toilet, and that's when I fell down, and
I think she tripped over the bag.
yes.
Yes.
The sports, it was on the floor.
Right.
Tripped over it.
But you know, apart from that, I felt all right.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. And then so you think from that you've maybe done something like dislocated or broken it, and you're worried that this is going to stop you sort of getting about the flat, doing all the things you normally do in a day. You're also a bit worried about this, feeling a bit more forgetful or muddled lately, and you're a little bit worried as well of why now? Why is it broken now?
Yes, I think so. Yes, I mean, I know that my memory doesn't seem to be as good as it used to be, but I thought that was just to do with getting older.
Okay. And Janet, you also said that you're thinking maybe having a scan would be ideal. You're looking to have a scan, and if something is wrong, you'd like to get that sorted out.
Yes.
Which we all think is very sensible. So good. I think we're on the same page now in that respect. So I'm going to ask some slightly more focused questions.
Right.
Starting off around your hip problem, around the pain you've got at the moment in your hip. So can you confirm it is your left hip, isn't it?
It is my left hip, yes.
Is it all over the joint, or is it?
No, it's just on the hip joint, yes.
Okay. So if you could place a sort of finger where the pain is, or?
Just here.
Just around there, okay. And that started as soon as you hit the floor?
Yes.
Was it painful?
Well, as soon as I hit the floor, I heard a crack, and that's when the pain began. And I think that's when you came over.
It was, yeah.
Okay. And in terms of, if you could try and describe that pain for me, would you say it was more of a dull pain? Was it a sharper pain?
Well, most of the time, like now, it's just a deep, dull pain. But if I try to move it, then it becomes a sharp pain.
Okay, thank you. Yep. And is it staying in that hip joint, or is that pain moving anywhere?
No, it's just staying there. That's just on the hip joint.
Just on the hip joint. And as you're feeling this pain, Is there anything else you're feeling? Are you feeling more nauseous than before you fell, or?
No, no.
So it's just the pain is
Just the
different
pain is
since you've
different,
fallen.
Yes.
Okay. And has that been getting any better since you've had the fall?
No, it stayed the same. It's still there. It's there, that dull pain all the time. And I don't want to move because that really makes it sharp.
Right, yeah, so any movement makes it a lot worse.
Yes. Painkillers helped a little bit. I've had some painkillers and that's helped a little bit.
Okay, well, it's good to hear that you've had some painkillers and that they've been starting to help.
Yes.
That's good.
I think the paramedics gave me something.
They did give you something.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. That's good to hear.
Because they had to give you something to get you on into the ambulance.
Okay, yep. And lastly, if you could just tell me, out of 10, where 10 is the worst pain you've ever had, whatever that may be, and 0 is no pain at all, where would you place this?
9 out of 10.
A 9, right.
Yeah. 10 out of 10 was because I had a really painful child's birth and labour.
Oh.
But this is 9 out of 10 compared to that.
Not quite as bad then, but
No.
still 9 out of 10 is
Yeah.
pretty high.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sorry to hear that you were in that much pain. I really hope we can get something sorted. Okay, so we've now talked about the pain, and we're going to move on now. I've got a few questions to ask about the fall itself, which led to this. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to start with looking at before you were falling. So how were you generally in the sort of minutes to hour before you fell?
Well, I was sitting with my friend Ange in the cafe, and I stood up and I was rushing because I really needed to go to the toilet. But otherwise I felt fine.
Okay. So otherwise you felt fine? Yep. You were having a conversation, was that right with Angie?
Yeah.
Yes, we hadn't seen each other for some time, so yes.
Okay, and you were both having a good conversation. You didn't notice anything unusual at all?
Well, you were a bit muddled. You'd missed the class, hadn't you?
Yeah.
And a bit muddled. But then as we got chatting, everything was fine. Just talking about the new flat. And then you needed the toilets. You stood up really quickly. Tripped over the bag. Boof.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you. And that standing up very quickly, did that make you feel faint or lightheaded at all?
No, I didn't feel faint at all. And
No,
then
it was that bag.
Yes, and then as you say, I think I tripped over that bag, and as soon as I hit the floor, I heard a crack, and then the pain began, and I couldn't get up again.
Okay. And you remember falling yourself? So you remember going down?
Yes.
And you remember hitting the floor with that crack, as you just told me.
The crack was the last thing I heard.
And then you remember everything after that as well. So at no point did you lose any.
No, she was conscious all the time. So I went straight down to her, and you were in pain, and you couldn't move, could you?
No, I couldn't move.
And so then I called the ambulance.
Okay.
But
couldn't get
you
up.
were talking the whole time.
And you were talking the whole
Yes.
time after that.
Yes.
Okay.
And there was nothing wrong with my right leg, just my left one. I couldn't put any weight on it.
Yeah. And you don't have any other injuries from the fall, it seems?
No, nothing else.
Just this left hip.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And yes, well, I'll ask you a few more questions now about this feeling that you think you're a bit more muddled or forgetful.
Well, yes, well, my memory isn't what it used to be, but I put that down to getting older. I think it's been a bit worse this week for some reason. I seem to have been more muddled this week. I don't know why.
You got in a muddle about the class, didn't you?
Yes. I couldn't remember if I'd been or not.
Okay, so that's interesting that you think that maybe in this last week you have been feeling a little bit more forgetful. You're not sure why that is?
No, just a bit more confused, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for telling me that, Janet, and thank you, Angela. It's really helpful when someone has a fall that you can see someone fall and let me know about it.
Yeah, because when it happens to you, you're not always sure what happened, are you?
Absolutely. So I'm really glad that we've managed to some good questions there. And so now I'd like to just ask a little bit more about your general health. So I've got a few questions, if you don't mind. Starting off with, how is your sleep at the moment?
Well, that's pretty good. I sleep about 5 hours, but I do have to get up quite frequently to go to the toilet.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and how often is that every night?
I'd say, maybe sort of every night, I manage about, say, 3 or 4 hours, and then I have to run to the toilet. And I've noticed that I'm having to go to the toilet more often now, and sometimes it's a bit burning.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So I think I might have a UTI,
Right.
but I
Haven't
haven't.
cystitis.
Don't know. I mean, I take cranberry juice for it. I've not been to the doctor about it, but the cranberry juice seems to help out. But it does mean I'm going to the toilet more often. Yeah.
Okay, and have you had UTIs before?
Yes,
or
I've had them.
cystitis?
I've had them before, and all I do is I've had the cranberry juice. I haven't gone to the hospital or the doctor about it.
You sort it out, don't
I
you?
sort it out myself. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And you say, and that again, has that been the last week or so, or has it been?
Well, I've had it before, but it has been quite frequent this week, and it seems to be carrying on a little bit longer this week than it normally would. I've had to drink an awful lot of cranberry juice.
Okay. Bless you. Oh, bless. Yeah. And your appetite, has that been changed at all?
No,
to
that's
what's
fine.
normal?
That's fine.
Okay. Have you noticed any changes in your weight?
No, it's pretty stable. Yes.
Yep. Okay. And have you been feeling very flush, or have you been feeling hot, like you've got a temperature at all?
Do you mean like when I went through the menopause? When I went through the menopause, that was 35 years ago. I had flushes then, but no, I haven't got any now. No.
Okay. Well, it's good that you've not had any at the moment.
No.
And but 35 years ago, do you
Yes,
say?
I did.
God, that was early.
Yeah, I had an early menopause.
Right,
Yes.
Okay. But that's you've been through the menopause now.
Yes.
You're not having those symptoms at the moment.
No.
Okay. Yep. Thank you for letting me know. And how have you found your energy to do your day-to-day activities?
It's all right, but I've been getting a bit more muddled sometimes while I've been doing my day-to-day things. I suppose a bit like forgetting my Pilates class today.
Okay,
Yeah.
but you haven't felt more tired than usual in the last while.
No.
Okay, yeah, thank you. And how's your mood been? Have you been feeling your usual self? Has there been any changes to how you're feeling?
Yeah, just the muddled bit, I think. That's the difference. Otherwise, it's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just how you normally are.
Yeah.
Okay. And now some specific questions about different parts of your body. So, have you had experiencing any fast heart beating?
No, that's fine.
Any sort of palpitations, which just sort of means that you're sort of feeling like you can hear your heart?
No, I can't hear
Strangely.
my heart.
No, not at all. Okay, that's fine. Have you been feeling more short of breath?
No, I'm breathing fine. Yeah.
Yeah, so your breathing's fine.
Yes.
You've not been having any coughs at all?
No coughs.
No, not been coughing. Okay. And generally about your muscles and your joints, how have they been recently?
They've been fine. I mean, I have, had problems with them and with the
That poly thing, you had that, didn't
the
you?
poly thing
You
I
had to
had.
retire,
Yeah,
didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, right, the polymyalgia?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes,
Yes.
okay, polymyalgia
I had to
rheumatica,
retire 10 years ago because it was painful. But I'm in remission now. I was on steroids, but I'm in remission now, so it's not painful now. And
Oh, good.
the only other pain I might have is arthritis, and if that gets really bad, I take a codamol. But not so much when it's warm, only when it's cold.
Okay, so as it's sort of quite wintry out there today, have you been having it a bit more often recently?
Yeah, I'd say I've been maybe having them 3 times a week, the codamol. Yeah.
Okay, and that's more than you'd usually have.
I usually have just maybe once a week, when it's warmer. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Thank
for the
you.
arthritis.
for the arthritis.
Yes.
Yeah, and you might that tends to control it. Okay, does it once you've take
Yes,
a bit
it does,
more?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to hear, Janet. And lastly, how's your waterworks doing? Oh, you've mentioned already that you're maybe going to the toilet a bit more, and that it's a little bit of a burning sensation.
There is the
you
burning
mentioned
sensation, yes.
as well.
Yeah. The other end is fine, you know.
Oh, yeah. So you're
That's a
passing your motions.
Potion motions. That's once a day as normal. It's just the going to the toilet, the other end, sort of passing the water. Then it can get a bit painful sometimes, a burning sensation.
Okay. And just a couple more questions about the urine itself, about the wee. Is it in a darker colour than what you'd perhaps be normal for you?
Well, I'm trying to drink more water when it burns, so I'd say that it mostly is darker in the morning than in the evening, you know, because I try and drink some water during the day.
Okay, and what colour is it? Does it look like concentrated urine? Is there any other colours in there at all?
I think it's mainly concentrated urine. It just sort of reminds me of Lucozade or something like that orangey colour in the morning.
Okay. And is there any other symptoms that you usually have with a UTI, or is it just the ones we've described?
No, just the burning sensation, and I take the cranberry juice because I don't like hospitals very much, so I try not to go to them. I've got Tange here to help me today.
Oh, that's lovely that you're here with her to support her. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for telling me all that, Janet. Okay. Well, thank you for telling me that. I'd like to move on now to ask some other questions so that I can build up a picture of you as a person as well. So I'd like to ask a little bit about any other conditions you have. Bearing in mind you have already told me a bit about your osteoarthritis, your polymyalgia rheumatica, and you've mentioned you had an early menopause. That was right, wasn't it? And you're having a few UTIs, and you think you're currently having one, and you usually just get by with some cranberry juice. Okay. Yes. Is there any other medical conditions that you manage or have?
I had a bone scan last year because they wanted to see if I had osteoporosis, but I never heard anything back about it.
Oh no! So they never got in contact with you afterwards?
So, does that mean it's all right?
Probably all right then, isn't it?
Okay. Well, perhaps that's something we can look into for you, see if we can find a note of that. Yeah, sorry to hear you haven't heard anything. There we go. Is there anything else that you go and see a doctor for?
No, I don't really go to doctors and hospitals an awful lot, and I don't get any medicine except for the prescription cocodamol that I have. That's on a repeat prescription, but I don't have any other drugs apart from that.
Okay, and you haven't had any surgeries at all?
No.
Okay, so no surgeries, okay. And you haven't ever been told you've got an issue with your clotting or any bleeding disorders?
No. I'd say that the longest time I ever spent in hospital was giving birth. That was it.
You've been lucky, haven't you?
Yes.
Okay, and in terms of sort of diabetes or blood pressure, you don't have any problems
I
there?
haven't got any of those, no.
Okay, lovely, thank you very much. And you've mentioned already, it's the only thing you have on prescription is the cocodamol.
Yes.
Which is not too bad going at 68 years old, just to be on one.
Well, I was on the steroids for
Yes.
the
poly thing.
for the polymyalgia,
Yeah.
but I'm in remission at the moment, so I don't have to take them.
Okay, fantastic. And is there anything that you take over the counter?
No, I don't buy anything over the counter.
Okay, yeah, no, that's all fine. And any allergies at all to medication?
Yes, penicillin. When I was a kid, I came out in a dreadful rash when they gave me penicillin, so I can't have penicillin.
Yeah, and you've avoided it ever since,
Yes.
which is probably sensible considering. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for letting me know. And in terms of, is there any conditions that run in your family?
Well, my mum also had the polymyalgia, and my dad had, I suppose, a bit like the the muddleness that I had, it wasn't Alzheimer's, but they thought there was some kind of,
It was vascular, wasn't it?
vascular.
Oh, vascular dementia.
Yes, that's the
Right.
one. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, but they've died of old age, both of them.
Okay. And there's nothing else that seems to run the family.
No.
Okay. No, that's fine. Thank you. And your living situation at the moment. So I think I remember you saying you'd moved recently into a flat.
Yes, well, my husband died a year ago, and the social worker that was assigned to us thought I'd be better off in a sheltered accommodation flat, so I moved in there rather than being on my own in my big house.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear about your husband, Janet. Thank you
He
for.
had a heart
letting me
attack.
know. Oh, okay.
Do you remember that?
I do.
Oh, okay. But you've been working with the social worker, and they decided to put you into
Yes.
this sheltered accommodation.
That was about 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's a council place.
Yes.
Okay. And so how's that helping you out?
Well, it means I don't really know anybody around there, and that makes it hard. And I think that's part of the reason why I got muddled, because my routine had changed. But I'm sure I'll get used to it.
Okay. Okay. So you're there, but you don't have any carers that normally come in.
Oh no, I do
to-
all my things myself. I'm quite capable of doing that. I do my shopping and my housework myself. Yeah.
Okay. And you sort of cook for yourself,
Oh
make
yes,
your own
very,
meals.
very, very good healthy
She's a
food.
good cook.
Oh.
And I'm very healthy. My
Quite a
5 a
balanced
day.
diet.
My 5 a
Okay.
day. Yeah.
Oh, very good. Very good. Yeah.
Yes.
And some of the lifestyle questions. Have you ever smoked before?
Yes. Well, I did when I was younger. Yeah.
We all smoked
Yeah.
then.
Yes. I think it must have been about 5 a day.
About 5 a day.
But then I gave that up about, when I was in my 30s. Yeah.
Okay. So roughly how many years were you on 5 a day for?
I'd say sort of 14-year-old to about 30. So that's however many years that is.
16 or
16
15,
years.
16
Yeah,
years
yeah.
at five a day.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you drink alcohol at all?
Oh no, my father was an alcoholic, and I didn't want to go anywhere near drink because of what
You've
it did
never
to him.
touched it, have
I
you?
haven't touched it, no.
You haven't touched it. Okay. Well, I think we're getting to the end of the history here. I've asked you just about every question I can think about. I don't know whether from either of you if there's anything I haven't asked.
So what about the leg now?
Well, quite, yes. Yeah, we've got a roundabout way, haven't we? But we've still got a very painful hip.
Yeah.
So in terms of what I'm going to do, I've asked you all these questions. I've taken all that information. I'm going to go and find the doctor who's supervising me.
Good.
We're going to have a discussion, and then we'll probably come back and have a little bit of a closer look at that leg.
Oh,
Yep.
please.
But we'll be gentle.
Ouch,
Don't
thank
you
you.
worry. We're gentle, and then we'll go from there,
Okay.
and we'll see if we can get you sorted out.
And can Ange stay?
Oh, and is more than welcome.
Yeah, no, it's
Is that all right?
Yeah,
Can
of
you
course
stay?
it is. I'll stay with you.
And
Don't
thank you
worry.
very much for taking the time to speak with me today.
Thank you for...
Thank you.
Lovely.
Thank
okay.
you.